Good day, all. Growing stray dog problem is evidence that the sterilization program has failed in India. The only long term solution is to implement strict pet ownership laws, prohibit people from carelessly feeding dogs everywhere, and set up facilities to house dogs. The conflict between people and stray dogs in India has crossed the threshold of tolerance. While cases of young children being mauled to death by packs of dogs are in the news now, the phenomena is not new. Over the last 5 years, more than 300 people, mostly children from poor and rural families, have been killed by dogs. Worse still, dogs are responsible for over 20,000 rabies deaths. A 2017 study showed that homeless dogs in rural areas can also be devastating for wildlife. Over 80 species, of which more than 30 are on the endangered list, were targeted by dogs in wilderness areas. This mounting evidence point to failure on the part of the government to implement policies that are both practical and humane to dogs, people, and wildlife. But why are we facing such a problem with dogs? There is no answer. The concept of dog ownership is nebulous for most Indians, with only a small fraction of urban dwellers falling into the category of what is now called pet parents. Most dogs in rural areas are associated with households that feed them but do little else in terms of healthcare or welfare. In urban areas, to people from all walks of life feed dogs on the streets, but very few take any direct responsibility. Ultimately, it is the responsibility of the state to ensure that the lives of humans and domesticated animals are safe and secure. This is why the problem lies. The Animal Welfare Board of India, a statutory body under the Prevention of Cruelty of Animal Act, promulgated the Animal Birth Control Dogs Rule in 2001, now replaced with the even more draconian ABC Rule 2023. The policy was meant to control bo- both the dog population as well as the deadly rabies virus. However, the ABC rules are not based on scientific evidence and violate guidelines provided by the World Health Organization and World Organization for Animal Health for preventing rabies. The ABC rules require a program named after the year's Oscar-winning movie Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. A sterilization program is most effective when it targets the majority of the population in one go, is carried out continuously over the years, and when there are very low chances of new individuals coming into the population. The scenario is applicable only on Iceland or where human settlements are very widely spaced. It is easier said than done for a country with a dog population of 60 to 80 million to expect a developing country like India to invest thousands of crores of rupees to set up the necessary infrastructure and deploy lakhs of people to catch dogs, operate on them, and take care of them. Is a pipe dream, especially considering that many regions of this country do not have adequate infrastructure for public health. Even if they are sterilized, dogs that continue to live on streets will still bite, chase people and vehicles, get into accidents, suffer from hunger and disease, and remain in conflict with people. Where resources are available, dog density will continue to increase, especially if people feed dogs on the streets. The only long term solution is to implement strict pet ownership laws, prohibit people from carelessly feeding dogs everywhere, and set up facilities funded by animal welfare organizations that can either house dogs for life or humanely euthanize them so they don't suffer on the streets. This policy is implemented across the world and was also espoused by Mahatma Gandhi over a century ago when he exhorted local authorities to build a pinjra or poly for dogs or eliminate them altogether. As long as dogs are homeless on the streets, the idea of rabies free India with harmonious coexistence between people and dogs will be a Utopian dream. Utopian dream. Keeping dogs homeless is a bad for dogs, bad for people, and bad for wildlife. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.